Blazers, Dame, CJ, Derrick Jones Jr., Robert Covington, and Yusuf Donovich, O'Neal, Rudy Gobert, and O'Neal Lamar. Really their best perimeter from the opening tip to the 2020-2021 season. Yusuf Nurkic coming over to the Jazz last season from Memphis. Really picked it up the last 19 games. Nurkic, backdoor cut to CJ. Great way to start
the ball over the top to a lob to the guy who had the most dunks in the league last season, and Gobert. That time the Blazers
in the preseason. CJ with O'Neal defending, tries an early three
from the three-point line.
Bogdanovich, patient in the paint. His flow
driven sometimes too. How the Blazers determine what type of defense they're going to show on those ball screens. What a more attempts at 3 attempts a game, not including that 4th game that he got hurt in and had to leave the game. Oh! Easy
Blazers early 10-4 advantage. Conley looking for a teammate, step back jumper. Covington off to the races. CJ on the wing, spots up in the corner, and CJ splashing.
That's part of the big reason Robert Covington is here, to defend at a high level. He's got to do his job. Then nobody is there big enough to block out Gobert, who Nurk was guarding.
Dame cross-court pass, Derrick shooting of Derrick Jones Jr. Here's Brooke.
Well, guys, recently Coach Stotts talked about encouraging him to shoot more threes. He said, well, you know how we are here.
Kind of say like, that wasn't the best look. You know, let's do something different. But it was never a statement outright of don't great look again from Nurk.
Clarkson, corner three, rolls in. Ingles goes around the Favors screen. Ingles up top to Favors, bothered by Cantor. 10 to shoot. Gary Trent Jr. trying to work with the Cantor screen. Tries to go up and under. Cantor there for the put basketball. Derrick Jones Jr. tries to dislodge it. Mitchell, open three. Makes the Blazers pet the board.
The fact that a mellow pump fake to Derrick Jones Jr. got the defense to bite and react is a positive.
Blazers respectable 44%. Gary Trent Jr. deflected by Ingles. Ingles for three. Utah starting to cool off from outside. Kick ahead. Rodney Hood deflected by Clarkson up top. Hood defends. Favors will try to set the screen. Ingles pull up three. That's dialed in.
So base.
Cantor working against Favors in the post. Cantor spins baseline. Nice touch. 2 from the field. 12 to shoot. Ingles back to Gobert. Gobert tries to go up with the left. Potential backup. Dame gets to the paint. Gary Trent Jr. in the corner. Count it. Gary Trent Jr. trying to bother Clarkson. Clarkson, his floater, rattles it.
To only Lou Williams. He is a professional scorer off the bench.
Cantor. CJ, thoughts of challenging Gobert? Bounce pass to Gary Trent Jr. with the finger. Blazers with 9 assists. Cut the lead to 5. Clarkson. Tough three.
Even as he sprints into screens.
Ingles to Bogdanovich from the corner. Bogdanovich.
Their core group is all back. They already know how they want to play on both ends of the floor. The Blazers are the ones figuring it out.
With Covington, CJ, Anthony, Gary Trent Jr. and Cantor. 12 to shoot. Ingles thought about it. Pulls the get the offensive rebound. Mitchell going against Nurkic, high off the window.
Time of the release, Mitchell just athletic enough and skilled enough to get that ball over the top of him.
Bogdanovich from Mitchell.
Reigns, and that's going to be part of some of the growing pains.
Covington finds Nurkic, who slams it on quarter, and Dame is scoreless for the game. Nurkic, floats through. Covington back over to Nurkic.
Look how Donovan Mitchell's playing Dame. So Nurk unload. High post entry.
First foul for Nurkic. Ingles able to find
a smart play from Joe Ingles. He's seen Nurk make that pass from the top of the key in enough times. He read it. And in the first half, feeling out what's going on, unless it's like a situation like the bubble when you're playing playoff type games. CJ gets
for his first bucket.
That was a great look. Gobert dropped. Dame able to run into a shot.
Mitchell brings it down. Mitchell harassed by Nurkic. Gobert back to Nurkic. shoot, goes into Gobert. Layup.
It took time to get over that. We ain't trying to hear about that again.
Look up the history. The three is good by him. He's now the 5th Jazz player in double figures. Nurkic rolls Hosers, 24-22 paint advantage. Mitchell looking for Gobert. Gobert reaches back.
One of his main baskets last season were dunks. So Dame will continue to realize that about him. But in the meantime, right after a missed basket, there's no extra energy that comes after you make a shot. You really got to dig deep.
Donovich, this 4-3, such a big piece the Jazz were missing in the bubble. CJ pull-up jumper counted. Right. Number 3s as far as third options in the league. Gobert.
Because as sometimes you do need to point the fingers in practice and film session to figure out whose fault is it. Why did Gobert
points on the night? Dame sees 2 defenders. Jones Jr. from the corner rolls in as
part of the year.
Melo with the steal, the hit ahead. Derrick Jones Jr. Oh, the deflection by O'Neal.
Make that read, he does it, but you don't get the 2. And those kind of plays can be deflating when you're trying to make a comeback.
Melo, nice feed, tries to finish. Tough.
Now, Mike Conley started to really play better across the end of the season. He's averaging like 17 points.
Those changes to bolster their offense. And during that 13-11 run, as Dame wants a deep 3, and there we go. Utah just 24th in offensive efficiency, so those changes were paying off. During that 31-17 stretch, 3rd in the league. Gary Trent Jr. trying to face guard Ingles. Ingles flips it over to Favors. Favors with 6. Rodney Hood checks back in for the Blazers. Melo, baseline jumper. Pat.
Buzz, and then you got to attack that stuff. It's really got to become a priority as Mike Conley knocks out
Carmelo Anthony, Gary Trent Jr., Enes Kanter, and Rodney Hood. Baseline jumper from Melo.
To go to him, because Melo can be very good in isolation, as we've seen as Clarkson with a...
Clarkson flips it to Gobert. Conley in the corner. He'll size up a 3. Trent Jr. Oh, botches the lay-in, unfortunately. Blazers fight for the loose ball. CJ there to clean it up. CJ to get the rebound. CJ running back up point guard duties. He'll try the 3.
Guys, that is what they are striving for.
Thank you for that, Brooke. Difficult, but Clarkson just continued on his path and being the shot creator and shot maker that he's been in this league.
Frequently from outside, Rodney Hood races it down against his former team, Gary Trent Jr. Bang, bang.
That picture is just, that's insane. But even, you know, his first couple of years.
Goes good for the Jazz. Mitchell tries to tee up a 3. Donovan Mitchell, the game, clean up the floor. Melo wants to go against Bogdanovich. Melo with the quick spin. Most importantly, that execution at the beginning of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, the Jazz right now, better team than the Blazers. They have things figured. That's the stuff I'm talking about.
Giles with the splat. Oni will try the 3 from outside. Over to Blevins. Gary Trent Jr., no hesitation. Knocks down another 3. The Jazz save with less than a minute left. Azubuike sneaks behind the defense and throws.
Position, beating Enes down the floor. The first person off the ground.
Open look for 3, no good. Ellaby, offensive rebound, baseline jumper. Rolls it in and Nuggets for Rip City on that as well. That'll do it. Utah gets the 120-100 victory.